Let's go over this problem. Let f of x be equal to 1 minus 3 cosine of 2x minus pi, and want to find the amplitude, the phase shift, the period of the function, and then get to be able to sketch it. So how do you get to start with this one? First thing, let's find the amplitude. Amplitude is given as the absolute value of the number that is in front of cosine, or even sine if it was a sine graph. So that is a negative 3, so that is going to be absolute value of negative 3, and that is going to be a positive 3. And then the other thing we need to find is the phase shift. Now to find the phase shift, all you do is you get whatever they've given you in the brackets here, you equate to 0. So that is going to be 2x minus pi being equal to 0, meaning that x is going to give us a pi over 2. The other thing we need to find is the period. Period is given as 2 pi over the number that is in front of x. So this number here. So that is going to be 2 pi over 2, meaning period is pi. I can even include also the vertical shift. The vertical shift is the constant that you can see added to the function. So that is y is equal to 1. After this, now we are able to sketch our function. Alright, so from what you've been told, we want to sketch a function between 0 and 2 pi. So the first thing now for me to be able to sketch, the first thing that you put on your function is the vertical shift. The vertical shift you can see is at 1. So here is the vertical shift at 1, and I'm just going to put a straight line here at 1. Okay, so that is our vertical shift. The next thing that we should be able to do is to the vertical shift add and subtract the amplitude. So this is going to be, the amplitude is 3. 1 plus 3, that will take us all the way up to 4. And then 1 minus 3, that will take us all the way up to negative 2. I'm also going to draw lines here because the function is going to be alternating just between these two points, between negative 4 and positive 4 and negative 2. Okay, there. What is the next thing that we're going to put on our function? The next thing that you do now is look at your phase shift. The phase shift is at pi over 2. So let me say pi over 2 is here. Now, phase shift is more like the time at which you are starting a journey. You are starting at 10 hours. Period is the duration of the journey. Your journey is going to take you 2 hours. What time are you going to reach? 12. What did you do? You added the 2. So pi over 2 is when we are starting. Period is pi. So when are we going to reach? So you add pi over 2 plus pi. And by when you are reaching, I just mean when you are going to have a complete revolution. So this is going to give us a 3 pi over 2. Now don't worry about the 2 over 2 which I wrote there. So just add this. That will give us a 3 pi over 2 to complete a revolution. So between these 2 points which we have here, the function is supposed to make a complete revolution. Now I'm supposed to divide this region into 4 equal halves. The first thing is I'm going to find the middle of this function. So from pi over 2 to 3 pi over 2, I'm going to find the middle. What is pi over 2 plus 3 pi over 2? That will give us a 2 pi, and then divided by 2, that is going to give us a pi. The next thing that I do is now find the middle of the middle here and also the middle here. How do you do that? Pi over 2 plus pi, that is going to give us 3 pi over 2, and then divide by 2, because the midpoint of a line, you add the beginning and the end and then you divide by 2. So pi over 2 plus pi is 3 pi over 2, and then divide by 2. So that is going to be 3 pi over 4. And then pi plus 3 pi over 2, that is going to give us a 5 pi over 2. And then divide by 2, that is going to give us a 5 pi over 4. So these are the critical points on our graph. Now what I want to do is I just want to find what is the difference between these 2 points from pi over 2 to 3 pi over 4. What is the duration, or what number passes? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get 3 pi over 4. I'm going to subtract pi over 2. I want to make the denominators the same, so I multiply on top by 2, also down by 2, so that I just subtract what is on top. So on top we have got 3 pi minus 2 pi, that is going to be pi over 4. So a difference between each one of these distances here is pi over 4. It's pi over 4. Okay, so then what are we going to do in that case? Remember, our function is supposed to start between 0 and 2 pi. Now, before I even do anything, let me sketch the way it was supposed to be, the way it has been given like this. So because this is a cosine graph either starts from the maximum point or from the minimum point. But you look at the number in front of cosine, it is negative. So this function is going to start on the minimum. So it will start here. And when we reach 3 pi over 2, that is where it's going to end also. The middle of these two functions, that is pi, the middle of these 2 points, that's pi, that is where it will reach the maximum. The two middles, 3 pi over 4, that is where it will cut the middle of the function, the halfway of the function, and also here. So this is where the function is supposed to be alternating. So the function is supposed to go on top like that. Okay, I've a bit exceeded 4. I'm not supposed to exceed 4. This is how the function is going to go. But remember, it's supposed to start from 0 and go to 2 pi. Each one of this distance that you can see here is a distance of pi over 4. So what I'm going to do is, to pi over 2, when you are going in this direction, we'll be subtracting pi over 4. So I'm going to say pi over 2 minus pi over 4. We know pi over 2 is the same as 2 pi over 4. So that is going to give us a pi over 4 if we do subtract. Let's see. 2 pi over 4 minus pi over 4, that is going to give us a pi over 4 somewhere here. And then pi over 4 minus again pi over 4, that will go to 0. Okay, so here are the other 2 points. And then from 3 pi over 4, when you are going forward to each term, we are actually adding pi over 4. Pi over 4 plus pi over 4 is pi over 2. Pi over 2 plus pi over 4 is 3 pi over 4. 3 pi over 4 plus pi over 4 is pi. Pi plus pi over 4 is 5 pi over 4. 3 pi over 2 plus pi over 4, that is now what we want to find. 3 pi over 2 plus pi over 4. Now this I can also multiply on top by 2, also down by 2. The aim is just to make the denominator the same. So on top we've got 6 pi plus pi, that is 7 pi over 4. So that will be the next point, 7 pi over 4. Again, to this point, add another pi over 4. So 7 pi over 4 plus pi over 4. What are we going to get? 7 pi plus pi, that is 8 pi over 4, which is just a 2 pi, right? So the last point will now be 2 pi. So now we can be able to finish the sketch of this graph. Remember, when we are moving at, look, if you cover just from one point to the next, you can see we are just moving from one end to the middle, and then from this point to the next, you are moving from one end to the maximum. You can see the distance that we are covering. So for me to move from here up to pi over 4, it means that the function is going to come and just reach here, not there, to come and just reach here. And then for me to move from here to 0, it will come and reach here. And then also on the forward direction from 3 pi over 4 to 7 pi over 4, it means the function will come and reach here. And then to 2 pi, the function is going to come and reach there. So this function will now turn and go like that. And same way in this direction, the function is going to turn and go all the way like that. So this is supposed to be the sketch of this function in the given range. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your day.